Garrett Blevins here with last day of week 3 of the Cube Kingpin. This is my first max effort squat day. I put a couple of my warm-ups in. Today it was primarily doubles. I wanted to focus a lot on depth today. I feel that I've been a little high lately and just wanted to make sure that I was able to hit depth that made me convinced that it would pass muster in competition. And felt good about the reps with depth today. And as you see, I try to get good angles. I lower the camera a little bit through the footage here, and you'll see a better angle of the hip. Nevertheless, even 485 felt pretty heavy, and it moves fast, but it did feel heavier today than I think it should have. I think there's some reasons for that. I had been doing, I was taking a class today. I was in an intensive course, which is a 1-week class time component. And pretty much what it boils down to, I was sitting down for 9 hours a day this week, and that just made things a little harder. In any case, my back made it through this workout. This was a workout where I was able to do all the sets and reps. It was a hard day, and I did the minimum that Brandon Lilly prescribes for his program. At the same time, felt that was enough. Felt that my legs had a good stimulus. There in this, you can see depth is pretty good, but on a form issue, watch. You can really see it most clearly with my right leg. Look, as I go down, the weight starts to shift a little bit into the instep of the foot, and the knee collapses just a little bit forward. See how my leg kind of bows in there? I need to be able, with hip mobility, to let that knee track out just a little bit more. The knees don't really have to be all the way outside the toes in some sort of weird angle. A lot of people hear knees out and overdo it. But you're going to see on a couple of these reps, especially I believe one of the reps, either at the end of these 485 sets or my first rep of 515 high bar, which is I think the most I've ever done high bar. I don't know. Really, my foot comes in a lot. I almost lost my balance. Now high bar is just difficult because let's see. Now that rep looked decent. We'll have to look at this next step, but high bar really causes me a lot of issues. One, with the closer stance, I feel like I just have to go down so much, whereas the wide stance range of motion is a lot smaller, and it just it doesn't feel like the weight is solid on my back. They're really difficult, so this was tough with keeping balance. Those didn't look too bad, so maybe I'm misremembering how far off I got on some of those, but these pause squats were pretty brutal in the bottom. They really took it out of me. This is the only place where my back started to really cramp up, and I felt it. I was doing some hamstring curls afterwards and worked up until both my hamstrings with sets of 15 moderate weight single leg cable hamstring curls after this, and felt like I got the stimulus I needed there as well. And so all in all, I feel that today was a good day, and I'm proud that I got through the actual workout as it was written. I think I needed that after failing so many of these deadlift and squat sessions in these first 3 weeks, not being able to get through all 3 exercise variations, especially on the rep day. I think that's partially the volume is a lot higher on those days, by about another 8,000 pounds of total weight moved. But also, I think I just need to get stronger. This reminds me about hanging in there. In the Christian life, a lot of people think that it's all about victory and happiness and joy, and that life is never tough. And there are many Christians that believe that that's the way that the Christian life should be, and if it's not that way, it's because you don't have enough faith. Well, these people forget, in my opinion, what Paul writes here in 2 Corinthians, or even what Jesus experiences in the Garden of Gethsemane before his death. There is a struggle within the Christian life. There are going to be afflictions, and I really like how Paul says things here, that we're afflicted in every way, but not crushed. Afflicted, but not crushed. perplexed, but not driven completely to despair, persecuted, but not forsaken by God, struck down, but not destroyed. And that process is how we mirror what Christ had in his life. Blessings.